I put some screws, which is probably not gonna hold, and the spring's gonna break. I put some screws through the other side, which is also not gonna hold, and they're probably gonna break and come flying off somewhere. So I really hope I don't break one of the mirrors on the wall or something. We'll see. Oh, he's so happy. Oh no. Here. Oh no, you missed it. You went straight fingers. There you go. You're so adorable. I have a project going on today, and I did a lot yesterday, but I didn't film a lot. So welcome to my life. What I have going on is I'm building a Murphy bed for a client. This client builds tiny home. I'm also building the cabinets on each side. Yesterday, I welded a frame together, and I had to get a whole bunch more figured out. Today, I have one more thing to figure out. If I can get it figured out today, I'm gonna do full scale. I was doing small scale, and it wasn't working correctly. But I'm trying to make my Murphy bed better than the other Murphy beds. As it is right now, it's gonna be filmed for a TV show. It's like a 21-minute TV show on HGTV. So I may not be able to show you all this until after it's aired. Let me get some stuff out and let me just show you what I was working on, and then it'll make more sense. Hopefully that stays. Do not break. All right, so what I did is I ripped down the size of the bed. So this is gonna be the whole mechanism that folds down. See all of those mechanics. I have like a 10-inch bed. I made a strip of board the length and the width of the unit that I'm building. So this is the unit. The face side of this is gonna have some cabinetry on it, and then it's also gonna have a TV sunk in. Backside, this is where the bed's gonna go. I made that board the width of everything. Traced out on the ground, my pencil marks I did, is the size of the cabinet, the depth and the height of this unit is going into. So the cabinet that's surrounding the bed. I decided to change shirts. If any of this footage ends up going on HGTV, then I want to be a little bit more presentable. I put a 4-point, I'll call it that, a 4-point articulation. So I have a screw here with the bracket, a screw here with the bracket, and then these two screws. It's gonna be stationary here because it's pushing against that one, it's pushing against that one. Then as it goes out, it's gonna go back to the wall. This corner right here is a lot closer to this screw than what I had in my small test, so I don't think this is going to clear. But I have a thought on how to make that work. Yep, immediately it hits that. I think I figured it out. I just gotta make something real quick. This screw right here is actually going to be mounted to this wall that's going to be on the side of the bed, and so it's not going to be underneath the bed. I actually may have that much room in order for this thing to articulate, but right now because of the screw, I don't. I'm gonna rig something up real quick. All right, let's try that again. That battery was dead as well. Woo! So excited. All right, here we go. So I didn't show you all the process, and that's because I did it so many times. Let me actually just show you. We got a screw hole, 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 hole. There's a couple underneath here. There's another one down here. As you can see, I tried quite a few different placements on this. We're looking as if this is standing upright. I'm gonna have, that's the bottom of the cabinet, which is this 3/4 inch right here. I'm gonna have one bite going across the bottom that's essentially about 2 inches. I may do like a 1/4 of an inch gap. I only want like a 1/4 of an inch gap too. So when you look at the bed and it's closed, there's only a 1/4 of an inch gap all the way around the whole thing. I have the, and I'm still 100% making sure, but I think I have it figured out. What I have right now, a normal Murphy bed, let me see if I can explain this to you. Normal Murphy beds have one pivot point means, so you have a gap of 3 inches. Whenever it pivots and it comes out, you have a gap now of 6 inches. If I put a 1/4 inch gap here, that hits it, okay? Let me get the most extreme. If I put a 1/4 inch gap here so it clears where the bed's gonna be, that's a massive gap. I would have to have a piece of board on the front of the bed at the top that big, and that's what I was fighting with yesterday. And then I had like an aha moment, like, wait a second, a small radius has a sharper arc than a larger radius has a more gradual arc. I'm gonna show you this, okay? This right here is the one by that's gonna be around the bed. Here is the actual bed going up. This right here is mimicking my ceiling. So as I pull this out, clears, clears, comes out, okay? So that gives me the bed 8 inches off the ground, 2 inches from the bed to the wall. I am pleased with that. That is much better than 6 inches. I just have to verify that my piston shock that goes from here, goes from about here up, is going to be able to travel. So now I can start making the frame. If I can start making the frame, bam, I'm golden. pretty much to the point of I need to rip 2 sheets of 1/2 inch plywood, and I need to screw it to the face of this. Then I need to take this, because that side's done, flip it upside down, and all of the craziness is going on the other side. I put the plywood on the one side, screwed it, and then now I flipped it over and I put it on this little cart that's underneath it, just so I can roll it around, and if I don't get done today, I can roll it inside. Not extremely heavy, but it's gonna get pretty heavy. Trying to figure out what my front board is, my side boards, and my back. I actually left a bag of material like some little intricate parts and stuff, like $50 worth of stuff at the hardware store. So then I'm gonna run in and I'm going to pick that up. Trenton was calling for me because he's doing a trick. Good job, Kalea. Whoa! That is awesome. You're doing a great job, Trenton. Good job, buddy. That's a talented swinger right there. Proud of you. Can you try to jump off? Wait for it. Wait for it. And jump. Go forward, go all the way forward this way, and then jump. So wait for it, and now right then jump. So wait for it.
Oh, look at you, that's so brave, honey.
And jump. And jump. You gotta jump off.
Wow, Kalea. Yeah, she can get that. Here.
Good job, Kalea. Keep your tummy tight. Yeah, you're being brave because Daddy's right here. I have that side on, front on, back on. I'm cutting the other side, and then I got to do a little bevel on it because I cut the front a little bit more narrow than the sides, and I just did a slight taper. Let me show you what I have going on here. I'm making this, just so you know. See that? Yeah. TV's gonna go up in here. I'm gonna have some shelves. Shelves are gonna go down here. This is gonna be a table that folds out, and I'm quickly realizing that's not as big as I thought it was gonna be. I hope it works. My chicken scratches can't feel me now. As you guys can tell, I have changed my shirt. It's a lot brighter outside. I'm going to focus on making all the little brackets for everything. I did not get it done last night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I stopped filming. I finished up this crossboard and this. I had to figure out what I was doing. I'm not really following a plan here. Everything is custom. Everything is my own size. Everything is my own compartment. So I'm trying to figure out what works, what makes sense, what looks good. There's gonna be a TV up in here. This right here is actually gonna have a table that folds out. This is gonna have a table that folds out, and then this section up in here is actually going to lift up as well for all of the components for the TV. I think I'm just gonna exercise cutting them off, taking the plate, putting it on the side, welding it, and doing it that way. So let's go back out and cut all this off that I just cut. So hours and hours and hours have passed since I last had you guys with me. Since the last time I talked to you, I have built and modified all of these contraptions. This one's the other, here's the other one, and here's the other one. All of these are unique in their own way as to the way the bed is gonna articulate and come down. I modified all these, and it took me a really long time to build these today. And I mean a really long time, like it's taken me all day. But in the process of building these, I also did more math, altered a couple points slightly, messed up a couple things. And now I'm actually ready to take the unit. Wow, my knife has been sitting out in the sun and I just put it in my pocket in the top. I put a steel plate here that everything's gonna anchor into, and I routed it in so that way it's gonna sink and everything will be flush. I don't want a lot of gap between the bed and the actual cabinet that's going around it. To be honest, guys, I wanted this vlog to go way different than the way it's going right now. I want it to be happy, fun, playful. Here's where the music starts playing. Well, music's gonna start in just a second. I'm gonna stand this thing up. I'm gonna get it lined up to the center marks. I'm gonna mark the edges of it. I'm gonna figure out where the feet go. I'm gonna anchor the feet into the bottom board. Once I get the bottom board anchored in, I'm gonna bring this over. I'm hoping that I'm able to lay it down in the downward position, get my bolts in, tighten it all, and then stand it up. Wondering if those were going to be an issue. I cut these too long, the back ones, and I was like, doesn't look like they're going to hit on the small scale. But these are 2 inches wide, that's 1 inch wide, so I'm working with twice as thick of material as what I was using over there.
Well, it come down easier than...
Let's kind of took off some wood. Okay, I know I'm not done. Not even technically close to being done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wrap up all my tools. If I have some time, I'm gonna disassemble this because I know what I need to cut and what I need to do. I think it's going to work once I shim it. It wasn't that heavy. Of course, I was fighting it, but it really wasn't that heavy. The articulation, I'm hoping these gas shock system that I'm doing works and I don't have to add additional springs and everything to it. You wanna lay down on it? Hop on. Come here. Let's get all the wood off. And then, just like this.
How do you do that?
I laid down, that's how I did it. Come here, sweetie. It's so hot. It's so hot. Milk was a bad choice.
It's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice.
Good morning. All right, I have, as you can see, just wait. All right, that's better. Got me a new shirt on. Yeah. Thank you for watching this construction project. And now I had to build the whole system and I am still tweaking a couple of things on it to get everything to function correctly. You guys are gonna be here to see the full first articulation. I tried it yesterday, forgot to comment on it because family was over and the kids came over and stuff. So I didn't really talk too much about the first try that I did. So used to just working and getting stuff done for the most part because I haven't been getting much stuff done even though I've been working a long time. There's a lot of little details that I'm figuring out because I'm building the whole bed from scratch. Now I'm gonna try it.
Daddy?
No.
The roller.
Okay, I'm gonna work through a couple scenarios real quick and I'm gonna see if I can't resolve this this situation I'm in. All right, cool. I have some help now. I have not figured out the issue I have, but I think I've come up with a solution. So it's not necessarily gonna fix the issue, but it's going to alter the issue. I need to figure out if a gas shock on the back is actually going to give assistance in picking it up. So I'm actually gonna put weight in the back by standing on it, and then Stan's gonna lift it and see if he gets easy. I wanted to record it in case I get smashed by a bed. Ready? Yeah. Should pretty much be, it's pretty heavy. Still? Yeah.
Now it's like,
So the gas struts may not.
yeah, the heck didn't help very much.
Okay.
Do I need to, do I need to bring it down?
I can't really turn this. So this is actually the way the pivot system is, I think, actually pushing against it, which may be making it heavier. I figured out a solution for my conundrum. I didn't like that there was a 3/4 inch gap between the actual face of this 18-inch deep cabinet and the face of this. The solution I figured out is actually pretty good. What I'm gonna do, because I also have a hanging closet that's gonna go on this side and the other side, I'm gonna leave all that deep and then I'm gonna run my base all the way across the front, and this right here is gonna have a 3/4 inch face. This is actually gonna come up and tuck behind the base. Oh, thank you, buddy. Yay, mommy knows how to make daddy happy. I got my special drink. Thank you so much, Trenton. Because I want to get the shell around here so it looks like something and it feels like I got something done. Yeah, the springs, bud. There's another one in there. So I'm going to rip the sheets of plywood real quick, and then because I actually had the table saw set up for that measurement. So I'm gonna get the shell done. Once I get the shell done, I'm still building this in my head. There we go. You can have that one, I'll have this one. So this spring is gonna go inside of this cavity, and it's going to attach to a piece of angle iron, which I'm probably gonna end up welding somewhere up here. I'm gonna have an all thread come down. That all thread is gonna have an eyelet, and that eyelet's gonna connect to this. So I have a ton of adjustment. Yeah, so I have a ton of adjustment for this thing to go up and down. Then on the other side of this, I'm going to have a pulley down here. I'm gonna cut a notch out just big enough for the pulley. The pulley's gonna go all the way flush with this other side. And then the cable is gonna attach to the bottom side of this spring. It's gonna go around the pulley, and then it's gonna come back and it's gonna attach to the bottom of the bed frame right here. This is sketchy. It's even sketchier than me standing on the bed. I put some screws, which is probably not gonna hold, and the spring's gonna break. I put some screws through the other side, which is also not gonna hold, and they're probably gonna break and come flying off somewhere. So I really hope I don't break one of the mirrors on the wall or something. We'll see.
Can you feel the effect? That looks good right there.
It feels better. That feels a lot better. Ah, here we go. 2 of them on each side. It's a little bit less here, but definitely I can feel it here. Okay, I think it'll work. So that's what I needed to figure out to see what I can do with the springs. What is that? Cut. All the way down my finger. Because Daddy didn't have gloves on. These are anchored up here. It's holding the spring. The spring's here. And then I have all of that adjustment going down. Now these pulleys, I have to modify everything. Like literally, I have to modify everything because of the channels. Everything's not big enough. I'm working in really small spaces. So I had to cut the tops of them off to expose the roller. Then I also had to drill a hole. The other hole was just above this cut line, so it was right up here. So I drilled another hole to sink this thing down as close as I could to the bottom, and it still rolled. All right, it takes a lot of time to modify each little bracket. I have to figure out what the bracket's gonna be, then make it out of something, and then drill all the holes, and then secure stuff to it. So what I have is I have a bracket here. I need something that's in front of the actual pulley that's gonna be pulling the cable towards, so it's actually gonna be trying to actually keep it standing up all the time. And this is how I've been holding it, so that way it wouldn't fall on me. Let me show you how I have it rigged up. In theory, it's gonna work. I have no clue. Bracket, spring, anchored. There's about 4 foot of stretch on it already. Pulley. This pulley is actually pulling backwards. So right now it's actually trying to keep the top that way. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm rolling the dice here. If this is good, I can continue building everything. I may have to do less. That's a lot of force. I'm actually going to have to pull it down. Okay, once it gets to there, it loses its pivot. Let's move it a couple times and see what it looks I think that's it for that. Woo! I guess. I mean, I'm still gonna play with it a little bit and just verify that's how I actually want it to function. And right now, I'm just gonna leave it because I gotta continue building everything. And if I continue building everything, I gotta cut the sides down now. To get the top, I need to get a board anchored in order to make sure that the whole thing is functioning correctly at the top. I hear the kittens. The cat moved the kittens the other day and I haven't been able to find them. So I'm gonna go find them. Here you are. You guys are walking now. There's still 4 of them. Awesome. It doesn't look like I've done much, but I've done a lot of more figuring. There's actually all this plywood I've ripped down, and I've done a bunch of cragging and drilling. Still going. It's gotten cold, so I'm gonna get a jacket. Yeah, I don't have much to show you right now. The next part is going to be after I get a couple pieces on. I'm calling it a night. It's 2:30 in the morning. I hit a complication up at the top bracket, got the bottom on, a little bit of modification on that. It's so late, I don't want to saw anything. Everybody's asleep, absolutely everybody's asleep. So I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be out here first thing in the morning to finalize the last couple sections, last couple things on this, and then I gotta paint it all. So I also have to mod, or finish building the bookcases that go on each side. So luckily those are kind of boxes and shouldn't take that long. I got a little trick up my sleeve on all that. Good morning, guys. It was like 2:30 last night whenever I called it a night. Woke up at 6 this morning, had breakfast with the kids and the family. I've been out here, it's now 10:30. I got this thing put on. I got the top legs put on last night, or actually finalized this morning. I got another leg cut right here. Then I'm gonna make my bottom one, I'm gonna make the center one, and I'm gonna make the other side. And I gotta notch out a little bit for these rollers. He's so cool. He learned how to go backwards on a tricycle by pedaling it. I showed him how to do it. You're getting brave, bro. I'm gonna continue. No, do not drill at the bed. No. That's a no-no. Do not drill anything. If you want to drill a certain board, I will give you a specific board to drill, okay? You want a specific board to drill? All right, so as you can see, oh, there goes my alarm. All right, as you can see, I have the top board done, the legs on each side, those are on, the center thing, and then the side pieces still have to be secured. I just haven't secured them yet because I have to take all the springs off, put the bed in place, and then secure them and stuff. These are going to be tables, and they still have to fold out. I still have to put 3 hinges across there and 3 hinges across there to help hold the weight. And then these are actually the legs that are going to go underneath it. So this is going to go on the wall inside of here, and then whenever they open the door, this will fold out, or I'll fold it to the inside so you have leg room. This will fold out and hold the leg, or hold the table. So here's the leg, pop it out, and that's gonna be the leg for the bed whenever it comes down. I still have these 2 bookcases to alter a little bit, and then I still need to pack a bag. I haven't even packed my clothes yet. Tomorrow morning, I'll put all the stuff that's now dry. It's not painted anymore, it's dry. It's gonna go inside the trailer, and then I'm gonna head out and be on my merry way. All right, so obviously you can tell that it's not after church because the sun is rising. Last night when we got home from church, I had some food, came outside, I actually started working, didn't film anything. My father-in-law actually came out and he started helping me. We worked till 2:30 in the morning. Currently I have packed for the trip. I still have to, I've texted myself a ton of stuff. Right now I'm gonna type that in the computer, verify I have everything for this trip, because I'm gonna be gone for probably, it could be up to a week. I'm gonna be hooking up to the trailer and then heading out. It's a 2-hour drive and I need to be there around noon to 1 at the latest. So I gotta get on the road. And I'm feeling good.
Daddy, there was a bell waiting. And we're Daddy Paseo.